Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Coco Gauff's mother sends out a clear message on daughters concerning on-court form ahead of U.S. Open. Pressure is rising in New York, and Coco Gauff knows it. The U.S. Open is just days away, and the 21-year-old has more than just championship hopes on her mind. She's dealing with some seriously shaky numbers on her serve. After a rough stretch on North American hard courts this summer, fans and rivals are looking at one stat that could make all the difference in 2025. You can feel the questions building as Gauff heads into Flushing Meadows after posting some of her toughest serving numbers this year. How is Coco Gauff's mother responding to her serve troubles? An Instagram post recently spread through tennis circles showing Gauff at the top of the WTA Tour for double faults in 2025. The numbers leave little room for debate about what's going on with her serve. Gauff has served 320 double faults in just 47 matches so far this year. That puts her way up on the leaderboard ahead of Jelena Ostapenko, who sits second with 211 double faults in 33 matches. Marta Kostyuk is in third with 210 double faults from 36 matches. Diana Yastremska has 208 double faults out of 49 matches, and Amanda Anisimova rounds out the top five with 205 double faults from 47 matches. Coco Gauff, Coco's mother, saw the stat and kept her reply short but strong. She commented, "Trouble don't last always. This too shall pass." Coco Gauff's mother, Coco Gauff's comment this problem on the serve hasn't just shown up in routine matches. It's popped in high-pressure moments too. Gauff hit 23 double faults in her win over Danielle Collins at the Canadian Open. That was enough to tie the fifth highest mark ever recorded in a WTA Tour match. In Cincinnati, she served 16 double faults in a quarterfinal loss to Jasmine Paolini. So, it's clear this double fault issue has been a regular challenge throughout her 2025 campaign. How did Coco Gauff's North American hardcourt swing shape her U.S. Open prep? Gauff's summer on North American hard courts was up and down. She brought home the doubles title at the Canadian Open with partner McCartney Kessler, beating Taylor Townsend and Zhang Shuai 6-4, 1-6, 13-11 in a tight final. That one added up to Gauff's 10th career doubles title. The singles results were tougher, though. Despite her doubles win, Gauff lost to Victoria Mboko in the fourth round at the Canadian Open. At Cincinnati, she reached the quarterfinals but couldn't get past Jasmine Paolini, falling 2-6, 6-4, 6-3. That loss shut down her shot at building real momentum going into the U.S. Open. Gauff also decided to focus her energy on the last Grand Slam of the year by dropping out of the mixed doubles event at the U.S. Open. She said her tournament schedule is already loaded with sponsor commitments. Gauff mentioned she did not want to spend energy on mixed doubles when her main goal is performing in singles. She will enter directly into the main draw as she tries to build on her 2023 U.S. Open title. This too shall pass. A mother's faith in the eye of the storm. 1. The glitch in the serve. Tennis, for all its grace and power, is a game of fine margins. One small hitch, a broken rhythm, an errant toss, a flubbed serve, can ripple into lost points, lost matches, and lost confidence. And in the lead-up to the 2025 U.S. Open, Coco Gauff found herself grappling with just such an issue. Over the course of 47 matches this season, she had committed 320 double faults, the most by any player on the WTA Tour, a glaring and persistent flaw. PFSN, Sportskeeda. Those numbers don't lie. They speak of tension, inconsistency, and perhaps even the weight of expectation crushing through release point. In high-pressure stages, like her 23 double faults against Danielle Collins at the Canadian Open or 16 in a Cincinnati quarterfinal, this serve issue didn't just knock the ball out. It chipped away at her momentum. PFSN, Sportskeeda. 2. A mother's message, calm in the eye of turbulence. But amid that storm of technical trouble, a calm voice emerged from an unexpected corner. Coco Gauff, Coco's mother. Scrolling through an Instagram post highlighting Coco's double fault tally, she left a comment that was part reassurance, part affirmation. Trouble don't last always. This too shall pass. PFSN. In just a few words, Candy encapsulated a worldview many of us crave, but seldom articulate. That setbacks are temporary, not defining. That confidence and perseverance, infused with love, can outlast the roughest stretches. 3. The power of short words in a loud world. Let's consider the weight of that phrase. Trouble don't last always. It evokes echoing gospel hymns, communal warmth, shared resilience. Then comes the formal phrasing. This too shall pass. The full circle. Heartfelt vernacular meets timeless wisdom. That moment, quiet, unassuming, maternal, stood in stark contrast to the noise of stats, punditry, rankings. It was a reminder. Behind every athlete is a human being, and sometimes all it takes to reset is a soft voice saying, "You'll move through this." 4. Why it matters. A. Emotional anchor amid pressure. At the U.S. Open, pressure peaks. Gauff, a two-time Grand Slam champion, faces not only elite opponents, but also an audience that expects brilliance every time. When your serve falters repeatedly, the internal dialogue can turn merciless. In that headspace, Candy's words offer an anchor, a reminder that struggles are part of the journey, not its endpoint. B. A humanizing moment. Candy is no stranger to Gauff's journey. A former track and field star and homeschool teacher, she has been steadfastly involved in nurturing Coco's growth, both as an athlete and person. People.com. Time. That Instagram comment isn't just a message, it's an embodiment of years of belief and care. C. A subtle call to self-compassion. In high-performance spaces, form, especially serve form, is dissected. But beneath technique, there's mindset. Gauff's mom wasn't offering coaching. She offered grace. And that matters, especially when athletes judge themselves hardest. 5. Narrative shift, slump to springboard. The story of that message is not about a broken serve. It's about resilience. It's about faith in process. It's about knowing that a stumble doesn't write the final chapter. Candy's words quietly reframed the narrative. Yes, Coco's serve is shaky, but it's not permanent. And she has a foundation of love and belief strong enough to carry her through this phase, to the better tennis and mindset waiting ahead. 6. Beyond the serve, the bigger picture. This moment also highlights something bigger, the role of parents, and especially mothers, in elite sport. They're often the silent pillars behind every athlete's rise. In Gauff's case, Candy homeschooled her, coached at times, and provided emotional grounding that countless champions rely on. People.com. Time. Teen Vogue. Moreover, as Gauff evolves, growing into a Grand Slam champion and vocal advocate, Candy's presence unearthed in that single line speaks to a legacy, teaching Coco not just to win, but to endure. 7. A creative glance ahead. What might follow? Imagine Gauff, in the locker room at Flushing Meadows, reading that comment again. Her breathing steadies. Her shoulders drop. On the court, the next serve, perhaps shaky, lands in. Then the next. Each one building rhythm, poise, trust. Maybe she pulls through a tight set, fueled not by flawless mechanics, but by belief that this too shall pass truly applies, not just to the trouble, but to the moment itself. 8. Final thoughts. In tennis, records and rankings define public narratives, but behind them, often within hidden social media scrolls, lies deeper stories. This simple act, a mother stepping into social media commentary to lift her daughter's spirits, redefining a crisis point with love and faith. It's the kind of moment that transcends sport. So yes, Coco Gauff's serve struggles are real. The path ahead will demand strategy and coaching. But what defines earth-shaking comebacks is not just muscle memory. It's the memory of love in our toughest hours. Trouble don't last always. This too shall pass. Those words are not just a message. They're a beacon. Let me know if you'd like this adapted into a different style, perhaps more poetic, narrative-driven, or anchored in matchday scenes. I'm happy to refine it further.